Promise me you'll figure out which one of us is the machine.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase channel. I'm your boy Narik Chase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Halo 4. Now, Halo 4 ends up picking up after the events of Halo 3, in which Cortana and the Master Chief are now on a new adventure against the new enemy known as the Prometheans and their leader, the Didact. Now, what's very apparent about the Halo 4 story and campaign is the fact that this feels like such a more emotional and personal story, as the story does not simply focus on Master Chief. It's more about Cortana and how she's starting to show signs of rampancy. Now, Cortana, over the course of the last few Halo games, has displayed a lot of intelligence, intuition, and creativity in helping Master Chief save the universe from the various threats of the Flood, Guilty Spark, and the Covenant. And it's starting to actually show now. Now, not only do these two have to stop the Didact's plan for ridding humanity, but also find a cure to save Cortana from rampancy. And this forms the core of the story. And having said that, the campaign is actually lengthy enough to actually have a full-blown good Halo experience. Everybody was very skeptical about how 343 was going to perform when it came to the making and development of this game. And I have to say that they actually did a fantastic job. Halo's combat has not been more solid. It is great. It's fast paced. I love the new enemy types. The Prometheans were very challenging. They had these new abilities such as teleportation, being able to shield others, being able to even scale the walls. When it comes to the gameplay with the weaponry, it all felt great, unique, and refined, especially with the new Promethean weapons. They were great. They were very unique. I liked a good majority of them. Also, when it came to the UNSC human weaponry and even the Covenant weaponry, hands down the most beautifully crafted Halo game out there. This is just a beautiful game, whether it comes to the characters and the level of detail, when it comes to the clothing and the facial expressions, even the motion capture is just done phenomenally. Even when it comes to the lighting, when you look at the Master Chief armor, it has like a shine to it. Its visor, the weaponry, when you're in these Forerunner areas, beautiful glow to the area, the level designs, beautifully done. When it comes to the backdrops, and you know I love the Halo backdrops, beautiful. The first moment when you make it to the planet of Requiem and you look out over the Forerunner technology that's floating in the background, there is no other experience that just matches that. It feels like that first moment when you stepped on Halo in the first Halo game and you looked out over the vast landscapes going on in the background. It is just a beautiful, absolutely stunning game. The cinematics or movie quality, they are just magnificent. Even when it comes to the various designs of the enemy types, whether it's the Covenant or the Prometheans, or even how Master Chief looks, which Master Chief looks like a total badass. He's never looked this damn hard before in any game, and he just is absolutely amazing. Even the animations for Cortana, fantastic. She has never looked better. The realism of her character is just done. It just 343, the development team on the visuals, deserves 2 thumbs up. The graphics are just great in this game. Even when it comes to the score, I really enjoyed the score. The sound effects were just on point. The weapon sounds are all just redone. They were done really well. They all had very unique sounds to them. They felt unique in almost every way. Even when it comes to like the different environments, the vehicles during the cinematics, where you see Master Chief moving, or Prometheans, as the mechanical noises behind it, just and the shifting and the weight and everything just works, just completely works with the sound. They did a fantastic job. Voice performances are hands down the absolute best that they've ever been. Steve Downes and Gene Taylor are absolutely just brilliant with their performances as the Chief and Cortana. I really appreciated the level of depth, especially giving the tone of the game's story. It just, especially with Gene Taylor, I had to just give it to her, especially with Cortana and with what's going on with her character. She just gave us so much weight to the character. The music is just the best. It is emotionally powerful. It manages to emphasize the emotion of what's going on in the story. It's very isolated, it's very sad, it's very slow paced, but it does a great job of emphasizing what's going on between these two characters and this journey that they have to go on together to try to save Cortana. When it comes to the replay value, there are the multiple difficulties when it comes to the main campaign that would definitely be challenging. Heroic, I could deal with. Legendary, couldn't touch it. Now, I will admit I'm kind of down that they did take out the firefight mode, but we do get a new mode called Special Ops, which is basically these missions that are going on in the background of the campaign, and there's multiple chapters with multiple little missions within them. These backstory to help flesh out the main story. Pretty cool to actually go on there either by yourself or as well as with friends, which I prefer to go on with friends, but I don't have any friends to actually do it with. But each one of those missions also are ranked, have their different difficulties, so you can replay it in that. As far as like finding collectibles in the game, as well as the different skulls that can be turned on to help alter gameplay experience, whether it could be putting it in the player's favor or making it even more harder. The multiplayer is the best that it's ever been. It's awesome, it's fast paced, the new levels were great, the new weaponry made for a more refreshing feel. Team Deathmatch is definitely my shit. I love it. It's literally one of my favorite game modes in Halo. Forge comes back. It does have new levels, so again, that chaotic building and fighting is just there, and it's great. It's done really well. There are some issues that I do have with the game. The Diadec is an interesting character, and I would like to see more about what's going on, particularly in his backstory, because I do feel like Halo is a bit lackluster when it comes to having the character roster, especially considering all the characters that are actually involved. I would have liked to see a little bit more on a Diadec, but you get more on his actual character than you do than any other antagonist in the series, because I didn't have any internet and I couldn't play the Spartan Ops. Now, I do realize that the Spartan Ops are there as downloadable episodes, which honestly kind of should be with the game, but is it necessary that you have to be online just to play those? I mean, if you end up getting them, then if your internet off, you already got them, so there's no reason for the episodes to not be accessible. And of course, I did enjoy Firefight from the previous game, and it's not in this one, but it's not too much of an issue, specifically since you still have the awesome online multiplayer, the Forge, and the new Spartan Ops. Now, has 343 made an exceptional game? They absolutely have. Halo 4 is just not only a beautiful game in aspects of the story and the aspects of the graphics and aspects of its soundtrack, but the gameplay experience itself is just highly memorable, and I would just encourage anybody to play this game. The ending to this game is just so freaking emotional. I was breaking down, crying because of what happens at the end of this game, and it just shows the emotional journey that players take when they're playing the game from 1 to 4, and you see this relationship growing between these characters. Hands down, the best Halo game. Now, despite some of my little tidbits when it comes to perhaps the main antagonist and the fact that you got to be connected to the internet to play the Spartan Ops, which is completely bogus, but this game is just exceptional on every other level. Not only are the characters great, just Master Chief and Cortana are just a solid duo, and the journey that they go on is just completely amazing. The story is actually emotionally compelling. The campaign is solid. The gameplay mechanics have been fine-tuned and they're solid. The score, voice performance, sound effects, the music, everything is just beautifully done. The graphics are just magnificent. Everything about this game is just great. Halo 4 definitely deserves a 5 out of 5. So guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what did you think about Halo 4? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you feel like it wasn't a part of the original Halo trilogies? Or do you think it does a great job of ushering in a new age for Halo? Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on here on the Narik Chase channel. And Narik Chase, see y'all guys later. Stay tuned for the next video.
Promise me you'll figure out which one of us is the machine.